So this is a map I've been working on. It's actually more of a game type. So the map itself is just kind of hacked together to kind of prove out the game type concept. And so um, the kind of the name that I'm giving this is called Fortress Run, and that might make some more sense in a little bit. I've specifically named this map Fortress Run CQB just because of the way the walls are kind of tight. And again, it's just very crude to kind of get some kind of map to play on. Um, but yeah, let's just get right into it. First of all, this is a stockpile game type. There are the power receptacles or whatever you call them, and then of course the seed spawns, which you see throughout the map here. And this is a player versus AI kind of game type, although uh, it's what I'm calling a indirect PvP game or map, if you will, whatever you want to call it. And so there's actually an identical lane just over here. Okay, and so these are exactly identical. So if I show one, it's exactly the same on the other side, uh, all the way down to the AI spawners, where they're located and what spawns where. So it's basically an exact copy. Okay, um, and the way this works is there's 4 sections, and each section is, there's a hard barrier that stops you from progressing to the next section. Um, and the idea is that you kill the AI in the first section, and the door opens and allows you to progress to the second section, and so on. And each section has a seed, and the objective is to progress through the map to collect all the seeds. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. Um, and it's indirect PvP because you're kind of racing the other guys over here. You're fighting the AI and retrieving the seeds. First team to retrieve all the seeds wins. Okay, so I've added some twists to this, and the variations of what you could do here are kind of endless. So again, that's kind of why I say it's more of like a game type, a concept, and the map itself kind of just demonstrates that. um, One of the first nuances you'll see is the teleporters. I think it's kind of clear what these are, um, and this is just for ease of I guess uh, playership, if you will. It is kind of a pain to constantly run through these tight spaces. So once you get down, progressed to some of these stages uh, or sections, you want a quick way to get there and get into the fight without having to run through all this garbage. So really, that's just for playability. Um, and then the other thing is we have this bonus section, which is kind of where you can choose one of 2 paths here, um, and if you choose this path, you can kind of like fight some bonus AI that will add some extra AI. They don't actually do anything to help you progress, um, but what it does is gives you access to a switch, which then controls your opponent's what I'm calling fusion droppers. I think that a lot of people may recognize this from just even the early days of Forge, where we would drop fusion coils as like obstacles and what have you. So this adds an interesting element, you know, to this game type where, you know, you can kind of kill your opponent in a kind of an indirect ways, right? Which is, and again, these types of things can be endless. And so I expect this, uh, again, to kind of be a concept that can be built on top of and elaborated on, where you can get much more campaign style sections, if you will. So so that's kind of the basic concept. I've worked through all of the scripts here and pretty much got everything working. I do have some dummy AI spawners in here, well, test spawners, I guess I should say. That way it's just easier to progress to kind of test all the functions. That way you're not having to fight full waves of AI. So now I'm just going to kind of demonstrate.
Two enemies remain. Two enemies remain.
Just running up here. We're gonna these guys, and then the door opens, allows us to progress. Just for show and tell, I'll run past these AI and go to the door, so that way we can see that it is in fact closed, which I'm sure you guys believe me, but just for demonstration purposes. So door's closed. Kill these guys. If I didn't have bad aim. Anyway, this door opens, which takes us to the bonus area. And this door opens, which allows you to progress. So you can continue on, try to outrace the team. Or you can make the other team's life a little harder. Go this way. Spawn these guys in. Anyway, yeah, still a work of progress, as you can see. But I will show that what happens if, let's say, oh crap, I don't want to go that way. Let's go this way. So it will basically kill off those AI and lock that door so you can't open it, allowing the resources to open up to spawn in this AI. As you can see, the next door will open. Eventually you collect all the seeds and you win. So now to demonstrate the droppers, alright, these guys are a little easier. Okay. Basically the opposite team's fusion coil droppers, so that they now should be dropping on their plank, which is what I'm calling that thing on the end there. And so that's going to make it a lot more difficult for them to get out there and back. And I may have to adjust this. It may be a little too harsh, so we'll see. Still got to get some gameplay feedback on this, but that's pretty much it. That's the basic concept.